What's up, guys? Perfection here. Today we're going to take a look at hero skills and gear. So, two things. First thing, I'm just going to talk about changing out your gear and your skills for efficiency, like for doing economy, like training, research, construction, those kind of things. And then I'll talk about setting up your gear for and your skills for defense and taking hits, like if you're a solo trap or if you're a rally trap or if you're offense, if you're attacking. So we'll kind of just go through that briefly. So first thing is going to be the economy side. All right, right now you can see I'm in all construction gear. Well, the construction gear that I have. Now, because I'm trapping between kill events, I pretty much sit in this setup, and now my gear will change based on what I'm doing. If I'm doing construction, I'll be in construction gear. If I'm doing training, I'll be in training gear, and if I'm doing research, I'll be in research gear. And if I'm just until I have gear that helps me out with upkeep production, I pretty much won't use that. But if I did have that gear, I'd be sitting in that when I wasn't doing any of it to build up food. So anyway, when you're doing your economy skill setup, you're going to you can reset these skills at any time, and you can get commander skill resets from the alliance store using the loyalty that you earn from collecting gifts and whatnot. So, and I think they're not that expensive. I'll go over there real quick. Let's see here. Commander skill, they're 150,000. And and I try to keep like 2 or 3 of these on me. And then that way, if I need to reset my skills, I can. So, first things first, you can do all of your economy with one skill. Like, you don't have to change different types of economy. So you put the minimum in everything except for like construction, you max out. Research, you max out. Because see, that's 40% research speed, 40% construction speed. Troop training, you max out. That's 30% there. And then research 2, you max out. And construction, you max out. And you don't do anything else on this side of the tree at all if you're just building it this way. Now, you can also max out trap building if you're going to be building some traps, if you have to do that. I didn't put these in there because I was just at the time I was doing some quick building and training. And then there's a trap building 2 here you can do. And there's a troop queue, but you got to be Hero 53 to do it. So if you have Hero 53, go ahead and max that out too. Alright, so that being said, that's pretty much how you're going to set up your hero skill tree for research, construction, trap building, or troop training. And I'm going to scroll through this just kind of slow so you can, see, what it is that you need to do if you're kind of following along, or if you're taking notes, or you can pause the video and make notes of what, you want to do. All right, now let's flip that, and let's say we're going to set up for defense. Now, if I'm setting up for defense, where I'm just basically, well, for me, I'm not going to be sitting offline unshielded, but if I were sitting on defense, like I'm trapping, or I'm, solo trapping, rally trapping, whatever, I'm pretty much going to be sitting. I'm not going to do any research on the right side at all. I'm going to do just the minimum, which I've got these all memorized, so you'll basically, and the more times you reset these, you'll memorize them. You'll basically go through here and put the minimum all the way down. And then from there, you're going to pick and choose what you need to do. Now, it really depends on your setup. You won't see identical setups. There'll always be a little bit of differences in the skill tree, because you kind of build it accustomed to to accommodate the gear you're wearing. So I'm going to show you what my gear looks like with these done. All right. So now I've put the minimum all the way down. So I know troop health and troop defense are my most important stats as a solo trap. So I'm going to stack up troop health and troop defense. Now I'm going to go into next. I'm not going to reset, but I'm going to kind of tell you what you should focus if you're attacking, if you're going more on offense. And because of how little there is in the tree here, you'll probably, it'll be very similar to what it is now, to what this one is, because there's not as much skill tree, so you pretty much have plenty of points to do all this. All right, so I'm sitting in defense. Now, I got two options. I can go in here and I can max out trap attack. Now, if I were running T4 traps and all my buildings were 21 and my walls were 21 and I could hold 125,000 traps, I would probably max out trap attack and use T4 traps, and that would be the only T4 that I have is the traps. Everything else would be T2. But because I don't have T4 traps unlocked and all I have is tier 3 traps, they don't do as much damage as T4 traps are just insane damage, and they will kill an entire wave of troops coming at you. It's just insane how it works. So, but for now, I'm going to max out these because the attack 2, basically they can get a lot higher in percentage. I can sit at 54% on all three. And then I think I'll have a couple of points left over. Okay, I got 14 points left over. So we can kind of look in here and see what we want to do. I would probably say you got 14 points. I would probably say go ahead and just do trap attack 2, because you can get to it without having to put points in other stuff. Just put it in there. It ain't going to be a whole lot of an increase, but it's something. All right. Now, that's basically how you would set up if you're trapping, solo trap, rally trap. That's pretty much how you're going to set up these skills. It's just like that. So again, pause if you need to set that up. Now, if you're attacking and you've got presets unlocked, or if you're rally trapping and you have presets unlocked, you may go in here and max out, like, let's say you have 3 gear sets as a rally trap, one for countering infantry, one for countering range, and one for countering armored vehicle. Then you would essentially make these according to what they counter. So if someone's sending armored vehicle at you, infantry counters that. Sorry, tactical is what I meant by range. Sorry about that. But so if armored vehicle's coming at you, then you set up a preset with all gear that has tactical defense, right? Because armored vehicle kills tactical, all right? And so you do tactical defense and infantry attack, because infantry kills armored vehicle. So if they're sending a full march at you that's armored vehicle, you want to bump up that tactical defense so their march does less damage to your troops, but you also want to bump up your infantry attack so that you kill more of their troops. All right. Now, if you're attacking, if you're on offense, your priorities are still similar, but they're not 100% the same. Like, if you have a preset for infantry attack, well, you don't need armored vehicle attack and tactical attack because you're not sending those type of troops. So what you need is you need to go ahead and max out this infantry attack as well, this troop attack as well, which, because every little bit helps. Troop health and troop defense are still important though, because when you attack, how it works is you attack them, right? And then you go on defense, because when you attack them, then they attack you back. So first, it's all stats based on offense. So you need basically attack and health primarily for your offense. And then when you go on defense, you need defense, health, and, well, not really attack, but you need defense and health so you don't lose your entire march. So you want to stack up health, you want to stack up defense, and you want to stack up whatever type damage. So if you're sending infantry, if you're sending infantry attack, if you're sending armored vehicle attack, so on and so forth. So you're going to want, if you have presets, it makes this a lot easier because you can just set this as is. But if you're not, if you're trapping or something and you've got that low power and you're basically resetting your commander skills every time, then you basically will want to, you're not going to reset when someone's attacking you. So basically what I'm going to say is if you are a rally trap, you pretty much need 3 presets unlocked. And those 3 presets is 1 for countering infantry, 1 for countering tactical, and 1 for countering armored vehicle. And you have them built in a way where, exactly like I said, you build them as a rotation. So I'll just say that rotation real quick. Infantry counters armored vehicle, vehicle counters tactical, and tactical counters infantry. So pretty much that's going to be your chain. Same thing, go with your traps, your actual traps themselves, your wall traps. So look at it the same thing. All right, I don't have level 4s unlocked, but bunkers. Come on. All right, so I'm gonna show T4 just because that's what a lot of you are gonna have. But essentially, Hydras are strong versus infantry. Sniper towers are strong versus tactical. And this javelins are strong versus armored vehicles. So essentially the same exact thing. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video because I don't want to get it too long. But that's pretty much. Oh, one more thing. Sorry, I don't want to cut this part out. So if your goal is defense, and this really goes without saying, but if you're rally trapping, how I was telling you on the presets to set them up based on what's attacking you. Let's just, again, for this example, let's say they're sending infantry. All right, so you need infantry kills armored vehicle. So you need armored vehicle defense, overall health, and tactical attack. And the reason you need tactical attack is because your tactical troops are going to kill the infantry that they're sending at you. So you basically play into that tree that I explained just a second ago. So when you're building your gear, for example, I'm not going to go through every piece of gear, but when you're building your weapon, like whatever weapon you choose, I don't know why I equipped it. I'm going to look at stats. All right. This shows infantry attack, troop defense, and troop health. Okay? Well, that's all it's got on it. So I would, if this was the only thing I had that had infantry attack on it, I would use this against someone that was sending armored vehicles because infantry attack is going to kill those armored vehicles. But we got some gear here that's a little more specific. I'm going to equip it so it's easier to read the stats. Okay, right here, this is perfect. Tactical attack, tactical defense. Now, the tactical defense is low, so this would be a piece of gear that I used against. This would be more of an offensive piece of gear for me, probably, because there's no troop defense on it at all, and there is health, though. So tactical attack, I would use this in making a tactical set. You basically play every piece of gear like that. You look at all your gear, what are your options, and you select your presets, pick and choose. Now, just because a piece of gear is in one preset doesn't mean that it can't be in other presets. So you can have the same helmet in every preset, but different other pieces. So again, just think about it fully from the perspective of stats and what's going to counter what. All right, that's just pretty much. If you're on defense, obviously troop defense, troop health is your first priority, then attack to kill the march. Other than that, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and cut this video. Like, subscribe. I got some other ones coming. I'm actually going to get my list. I've got solo trap research, solo trap troops, basically a video on how to understand stats, how all the stats work, I've got efficiency. Basically, efficiency kind of falls into this one though, is making those different sets according to, or I'm sorry, choosing your gear according to what you're doing at the time. But again, I'll holler at you guys later. Like, subscribe. Peace.